I'm here today thanks to Danny. Thank you very much to Danny. When I tried to get my organization off the ground, a lot of people told me, you have to go see Danny. Danny will help you out. Danny will set you on the right track, and they definitely weren't lying. He's pointed me in the right direction on multiple occasions. He's hooked me up with a lot of people that have, for the most part, we're in the very infancy of our organization, but we're doing quite well thanks to Danny. So I wanted to thank him for always having our back and taking care of us and having these events every few months. So thank you very much for Danny. Let's give a round of applause for Danny. I was a North Bergen police officer. I'm a retired captain from North Bergen. I did the whole 20 and out deal. I did the 20 and out because I was struggling. I'm not sure if many of you are struggling or you've struggled in the past, but I was significantly struggling. And it didn't have anything to do with things that were on the job. It had to do with things that I was hiding in my past. And just through the job, it exacerbated a lot of my issues that I was holding secret. So we all have a lot of secrets that we keep, whether it be to ourselves, from others. And I had a very dark secret, deep dark secret. Growing up, I was sexually assaulted from the age of about 4 years old till 11 years old. So I kept that a secret for the longest time, and it really ate away at me. But I put it away for many years. At least I thought I put it away. So around 17 years old or so, I kind of tricked myself into forgetting about what happened. And a lot of times I used alcohol to help me forget about what happened. And eventually, I tried really hard, and I did kind of forget what happened. Later on, I wound up getting promoted, getting through the ranks of the police department. Like I said, it was in the back of my head. I forgot about it. And I became the captain of the detective bureau at work. So I dealt with a job that was very similar to mine, where a young individual was sexually assaulted by a family member. And it brought up a lot of deep, dark feelings, a lot of bad, terrible feelings that I thought, like I said, that I thought I hid for all those many years, and then they just popped back up. Work used to be a place that I used for escape. I'm not sure if any of you do the same, but I was able to escape my thoughts or escape my shitty feelings through work. I would go to work. I had friends at work, just like all of you here. And honestly, I used to be a cop when being a cop was fun. So I was able to get out of my own head by going to work, until I wasn't able to get out of my own head through work. And so my drinking increased, my shitty feelings increased, and I found myself one day not pretty much, on the brink of suicide. So in this whole deal, this extends over a certain amount of time. I wound up getting separated. I wound up living alone. I have 3 children, so I was apart from my kids for a while. And so that seemed to me like the perfect time to end it all. So the only thing I remember about that day is that obviously I felt like shit. I was drinking. The sun was up, though, from what I recall. So the sun was up, my blinds were open, and I was crying uncontrollably for hours and hours and hours. And the only reason I know it was hours and hours and hours was because all of a sudden it was dark. So I'm alone in an apartment, place is dark, and I'm just sitting there, and I said, all right, well, now I gotta go, now I'm gonna do it. And I was gonna go through with it. And I decided, for some reason, unbeknownst to me, but thankfully I did, I decided I was going to go in my bathroom and take one good last look at me, or at myself. So when I turned the light on, like I said, I've been crying for hours and hours. I didn't even recognize my own face. To me, I looked like a monster in the mirror. At that point, I just you know, put down the firearm, and I reached out for help, and I got the help that I needed. I went through years of therapy. I still go to some therapy to deal with some things and some issues, and I feel 1,000 times better. Like I said, I also got off the job too, which helped significantly. I tell everybody, I'm not sure who's retired in here, but there's nothing in the world better than not being a cop anymore. I can't describe that feeling the day you hang it all up, because there is no feeling like not being a cop anymore. It's just pretty much like a genuine release, like I said. So yeah, I wound up getting the help that I needed. I wound up getting off the job. I was off the job for quite a while. This all happened in my 18th year, so I wound up skating till my 20th, and I took off on the 20 and out bill. In the meantime, while I was out of work, one of my very good buddies, his name is Sergeant Alexander Vasquez. He was a sergeant with the North Bergen Police Department. He had 12 years on the job. This guy was the epitome of having his head on his shoulders, being calm, knowing how to deal with things. He was actually a martial artist. He was a state champion wrestler for North Bergen High School. He was, as an adult, he was a champion judo player. Just the kind of guy that you would want on a job with you, the guy who wasn't going to fly off the handle, and apparently he was struggling and keeping some secrets himself, and he wound up taking his own life in the meantime. He left behind some beautiful children, and my whole goal is to take care of the children left behind by Blue Suicide. I didn't want to start something where it was like, where we focused on trying to deal with suicide prevention. There's so many other organizations that are out there focused on prevention. I wanted to take care of the kids that are left behind. Oftentimes, everybody knows, everybody's a cop in here, you always have the first annual, the second annual, the third annual, right? You never hear of the fourth annual or the fifth annual. It's few and far between that people have a fourth, a fifth, a sixth annual event. So a lot of times, within 3 years, these kids go unnoticed, go forgotten. So I want to ensure that these kids that are under the age of 18, who have had parents that we've lost to suicide in the state of New Jersey, that they're cared for. Right now, we're a very small organization. We do a few fundraisers a year. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. If you could please follow us, 1013 Survivors on Instagram, on Facebook. You can keep up to date with the children that we're helping. We take care of things like book bags, sneakers for back to school items. We take care of sports registrations, just to alleviate some of the monetary pressure that some of these parents, widows and widowers have left behind. We're also trying to reach out to more and more people. As you know, Blue Suicide, it's not that it's frowned upon, but a lot of times it's hidden. So us trying to get in touch with these widows and widowers, we've ran into some red tape or some brick walls, privacy-wise, medical privacy-wise. So we're willing to accept anyone who reaches out to us, and like I said, we're gonna put them in our registry. We help them, and anything that they need, we come up with ways to help them out. So like I said, I hope that you guys support us, continue to support Danny, and look out for any of our fundraisers that we have upcoming. Thank you very much.